Good evening, friends. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. So a very warm welcome to all of you. In today's webinar, I will be discussing the tricks, tips, and strategies to master two most critical papers. One is ethics paper and the other is the essay paper. Okay. I'll first try to explain why ethics and essay paper are the two most critical paper in the UPSC mains examination and what role do they play in your selection process. And then I'll go on to explain first the strategy towards ethics, and then the later half of the webinar I'll talk about the strategy regarding the essay paper. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So before we begin, okay, let me ask a very personal question to all of you. How many of you think that we can score 150 both in ethics and essay? How many of you think that? Okay. How many of you think? Type yes. Type yes. I think yes. Yes. Please type yes. How many of you think? Out of 50 participants, let me see how many of you think that we can score 150 out of 250 in both the papers. Both the papers, how many of you think that we can score 150? 150. 150. Okay. Okay. Many of you think that, okay, it is difficult. Someone is saying difficult. Okay. How many have a belief that you can score 150 out of 250 in both the papers? This means you can score 300. You can score 300. How many of you believe that you can score 300 marks in these two papers together? How many of you think? How many of you think? See, if you think you can and if you think you cannot, you are right in both the situations. So today, this is a lesson in ethics that if you think you can and if you think you cannot, you are correct in both. You are correct in both the situations. Okay. Okay. You are correct in both the situation. Am I correct or not? What do we believe? Okay. We get that only in life. Okay. What do we believe? We get that only in life. If we believe that we can score 150 in both the papers and we can match the 300 barrier in this examination, we can do it because we have started with a vision in our mind. We have started with a goal in our mind. We started with a lakshya in our mind. And if we do the right activity, if we have the right planning, if we have the right strategy, and if we work out that plan, we will attain that target. We will attain that target. Okay. So before I begin discussing about ethics, just one thing I would like to make a larger point I would like to make here. Okay. These days, if you just, let me ask a simple question and I want a participation from your side also. And in the end, I will allow you to put your doubts to me. Okay. Just tell me what is the average score of optional paper. Average score of optional paper. Okay. What is the average score of optional paper? What is the average score? Please type in the comment box. What is the average score of optional paper? Okay, 270. Someone is saying 270. Okay. So average score is around 270. I'm talking about selected candidates. I'm talking about the selected candidates. Okay. Okay. And what is the average score of basically ethics? What is the average score of ethics? Ethics, this is optional paper. Let me just make a table. Let me just make a table for you. Okay, let me just make a table for you. Okay. So what did my question was what was the average score of basically optional paper? So you have said optional paper, the average score is 270. Let us consider 270 is a very good score, average score of 270. And what is the average score in essay paper? What is the average score in essay paper? Essay average plus. I'm talking about selected candidates. I'm not talking about people who have not got selected. I'm talking about selected candidates. Selected candidates, it's around 125. Can I say 125? Can I say 125 or not? Please say yes. Please say yes. If you agree to it, please say yes. Yes. Okay. Ethics, what is the average score of selected candidates? What is the average score? Okay. Again, 120, you can reach 120 or not. So 250, you are saying average score of essay and ethics. Okay, 250 is the average score of essay and ethics. Okay. Is this clear or not? 250, 270 is the average score. Here we have 250 score. Just tell me now, what is the average amount of effort you put in terms of resources, in terms of time, in terms of effort for scoring 270 in the optional paper? Let us assume one number. Let us assume some man days, some number of days. How many hours? How many hours? Okay. How many days do you think you have to invest in time to score 270 marks in optional subject? Okay. 5 months, minimum 5 months. Someone is saying minimum 5 months. Okay, that too, we cannot be sure that in the first attempt you will be getting 270. Most of the people who get highest marks in the optional subject, generally they score in their second and third attempt. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? Generally, people who score highest marks in the optional subject, they score in their consecutive attempt, not in the very first attempt. Very difficult to score very high marks in optional subject in the very first attempt. Very difficult. There can be rare examples, but very difficult. Okay. But ethics and essay, how much time do you think an aspirant invest in essay? How much time he invests in essay? This is 5 months you're saying. So essay, how much time someone invests in essay? How much time? Maximum. How much time? Essay. How many? Someone is saying 2 weeks. Okay, so let me consider 0.5 months. 0.5 months. 0.5 months. Okay. And how much time in ethics? Ethics, how much time do you think an aspirant reads ethics? Ethics. 1 month, maximum 1 month. Maximum 1 month. That too also what, 2 hours per day, maximum 2 hours per day. You don't read ethics sitting 4 hours, 5 hours in a day. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? 1 month, that too only 2 hours. And how do you study? Just you get some notes. Somewhere you get the notes. You think, okay, chalo, I will manage somehow. I will manage. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? Okay. So do you think that for 270 marks, you are giving so much effort, so much investment, time, effort, emotions, energy, then why are you not giving due importance to these 250 marks? Can you tell? Why are you not giving due importance to these 250 marks? Why? Why are you not giving investment of time, energy on these 250 marks? What is the reason? Why most of the aspirants, they ignore this? Why? Can anyone tell me the reason? Please comment in the comment box. Can anyone tell me the reason? See, today's class is very important. I'll share various strategies which will help you both in ethics and essay. First, I'll talk about ethics and then I'm going to talk about essay. Can you tell me? Okay, one candidate has said that not having clarity what to do. Okay, what to prepare, what to do. Okay, what to do, what to prepare. I am not having clarity. Yes, very good point. He has a very good point, because essay, okay, I know everyone has written essay in their school days. Okay, but how to prepare UPSC essay? Many of us do not have the clarity. Even when I was preparing, okay, I did not practice a lot in the initial years. I also not had many clarity. I was fortunate enough to score very high in like most of my years, but in one year I scored very less. Also, I'll explain to you why I scored less, because 1 year ruined me, and that year why I scored less and how I scored 150 also in essay, around 150. That also I'm going to share. Okay, so what to prepare is a clarity, what to do. Next is what? Complacency approach. Complacency. Can I say this? Complacent attitude. Can I say complacent attitude? Complacent. Easy hai. Easy. It's very easy. I will do easily. Am I correct or not? Many of people think that it is easy to manage. Okay. But don't you think if it is easy to score, I should little bit be more sincere? Because just by being more sincere, I can get more marks. Why to stay at 115 only? If I can get 150 in essay, just by little effort, if I get 150 in essay, why should I not little bit work hard? Are you clear or not? Is this clear or not? Are you clear or not? So that is the point. So first point, what I would like to make in the starting of the class, okay, in the starting of the webinar, this webinar is only for those aspirants who have strong belief, that they can score 150 in ethics and they can score 150 in essay. If you do not believe, then please move out of the webinar. Okay, please move out of the webinar. You are like requested to move out of the webinar, because to score average marks 100 in essay and to score 90 in ethics, you can do without preparation also. You can move out of the webinar. You don't need my help, you don't need my expertise. Okay, so that is a humble request from me. Only those candidates only attend this webinar who want to score 150 in both the papers. At least they have the belief and they have a desire. Okay, they have a belief and they have a desire. Both is important. They should have a belief. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. And they have a desire also. I have to do it. I have to get this. Okay, so belief and desire both. Burning desire to score 150. They should have burning desire that I will score 150 in essay. I will score 150 in ethics. There must be a burning desire in them, and they must be having a positive attitude. They must be having a positive belief system inside them. I can score this much marks. Then only you stay in the webinar. Otherwise, you will be wasting your time. You can opt out and you can go, and even to score 90 in ethics or 80 in ethics and to score 100 or 90 in essay, you can manage without any writing one essay also throughout life. You can go and sit in the examination and you can write something and you will get average 80, 90, 100 you can get. If you're lucky, you can get 110 also. But that will depend upon the luck. We do not want to leave our selection to chance. Okay, we do not want to leave our selection. We do not want to basically, we do not want to what? So someone is saying desire is a root cause of misery. No, desire is not the root cause of misery. Attachment to the desire is the root cause of misery. How many of you agree with this? Someone, Bharat Rana, says desire is the root cause of misery. Desire is not the root cause of misery, my friend Bharat Rana. You are wrong. Attachment to the desire. We will be detached. We will have a goal, but we will be detached. We will work hard, but we will not think throughout the day that I want 150, 150, 150. Just we will dream and we will forget. We'll focus on working hard. We'll focus on working hard. We'll focus on the right strategy. We'll working on the process. Our attention should be on the process. Our attention should not be on the goal. Once we have decided, we'll leave the goal. The goal will take care of itself, but we should have a high goal. My point is, we should have a high goal. Burning desire is essential for success. Someone who says that desire is a cause of misery, his life is already a misery. His life is already a misery because he is a person with no desire. So he is fit to not what? He's just surviving. He's not living. Okay. Am I correct or not? You're getting it? Okay. So if you should have a belief system and you should have a desire. Both is very important. I have a desire that I will score 150 in essay. I had a desire. And let me tell you my story. Let me just tell you my story. Okay, not someone else's story. We are not here to teach you some which I have read in some book. Okay, I'm not here to discuss that. Okay, I do not believe in like truly bookish knowledge. I want bookish knowledge, plus we need to implement in our daily life. So I had a desire in my last 2 attempts. I wanted to score 150 in essay. Okay, and I scored 144 and I scored around 137 in both the attempts in 2016 and in 2017. Okay, I had a desire. I had a goal 150. I had a goal in 150 in my mind, and I scored 144 and I scored 137 consecutively. And in 137, my essay paper was torn. How many of you know that my essay paper was torn? How many of you know that my essay paper was torn during the examination in the 2017 attempt? And this is, I have written not just Now I'm talking to you. I have written that in 2019 on Quora. I have written my essay paper was torn. And even in that circumstances, because of my burning desire and because of my firm belief in my ability, I wrote the essay on the torn pages and I scored 137 in that year again. What the larger point I want to make here is that we will get what we want. Okay, if we have a high goal, whatever be the challenges, we can, if we are prepared, we will meet those challenges and we will basically get that. Okay, so people who have not known my story on the essay, they can go and read my story in the 2019 blog which I wrote on the Quora. Okay, please go and read that. Okay, so even in the tough circumstances of torn pages, 10-15 pages were torn. In that torn pages, half of the page was torn. Let me just show you. My dear friends. Let me just show you. So you get so many pages, sir. You will get so many pages. Okay, you will get so many pages, sir. Okay, and out of these pages, it was like torn like this. Let me just show you. It was torn like this. Initial 2 pages were good, but after that torn pages were there. And while I started writing, okay, after 2-3 pages, I discovered the pages are torn. I was shocked. I was shell shocked what to do, but I just told my examiner that this is, or my like person was there in the room. He said, now nothing can be done. Then I went on and I kept on writing. In that torn pages, I kept on writing and I scored 137. The point is that if you start with a lofty goal, you will attain it. Okay, you will attain it. Even in my ethics score also, I had a goal of crossing 100. Okay, and I scored 114. That time 114 was a very good score. 114 was a very good score. Okay. So it's a very good score. Ethics now also 100 plus is a very good score. How many of you agree 100 plus is a very good score? Now also 100 plus last year was a very good score in ethics. Okay. So, okay, except that 2019, okay, it was a little bit high scoring, but 114 in 2016-17 was a very good score. One of the highest marks, I'm telling you, it was one of the highest marks. Okay. So my point is that if we start with a goal, if we start with a good big goal, okay, obviously we will put lot of efforts, and if we put lot of efforts, the result will take care of itself, because cause and effect. So let us start the session ethics strategy. Let us start the session with ethics strategy. My ethics strategy. Okay, my ethics strategy. What did I do? I'm going to share with you open, transparent manner. I'm going to share with you what all I did. Let me show you something, like some of my, like, where is that? Yeah. Okay. So what I did was, I prepared these notebooks. And in that notebooks, what I did was, I prepared these notebooks. And in these notebooks, what I did was, each and every word which is mentioned in the syllabus, each and every word mentioned in the syllabus, okay, I first developed conceptual clarity and a good definition of each and every word mentioned in the syllabus. I'll tell you, I'll take examples, I'll keep examples, and I'll show you what was my approach. So what I did in my first attempt, in the first ethics year, like ethics was introduced in the year 2013. Okay, first year ethics was introduced was 2013. That year I little bit prepared ethics and I scored around 98. Around 100. If I am not wrong, I have to cross check, but I scored around 98. So around 100 I scored with very little preparation. Okay, so I started aiming more, because ethics was interesting to me, and I had public administration optional. So in public administration, we already had ethics in administration. So I started for my future attempts, what I started making notes. On each and every word. I started reading, having clarity. So conceptual clarity on each and every word. Conceptual clarity on each and every word. Plus what I did was examples for each and every word. Examples, many examples. I started collecting examples, my friend. This entire copy is filled with huge examples from newspaper from years, and all these compilations of examples I have been sharing for the past couple of years, and this has helped aspirants to score more than 115 ethics, more than 115 ethics. I'll share the aspirants who have scored more, followed this strategy and scored 150 in ethics, 150 plus. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to no need to read many books. I'm telling you, in ethics, no need to read many books. Reading books will not going to help you a lot. What you need to do is you need to develop conceptual clarity. Each and every word you need to develop conceptual clarity, and along with conceptual clarity, what you need to do is you need to have examples, lot many examples for each and every word which is mentioned in the syllabus. You need to have ample examples. Why? Because see, just think yourself, okay, question yourself, why was this paper introduced? This paper was not introduced to check your rote learning. This paper was not introduced to check your rote learning, because already they have enough paper, GS1, 2, history, geography, polity. They have to test your learning and knowledge. Okay. So this paper was introduced to know your understanding about the society, know your understanding about the norms, values in society, about behavior in society. What is the expected behavior out of you? Do you appreciate those things or not? So that was the purpose. So if you write only what bookish knowledge in this paper, you are not going to score very high. You can score average, you can score, but you are not going to score very high. You need to have clarity in this subject, and you need to have what? You need to have what? You need to have examples, lot many examples from day to day life, because examiner, when he will read your answers, by seeing your answers, he can make, okay, this person, he relates, and he relates whatever he's reading and to his own life, and he thinks of ethical dimensions of those things, so he will be impressed and he will give you marks. Okay, so what we need to do is conceptual clarity. Just one small example. Okay, so right from the word go, okay, ethics, exactly what is the meaning of ethics? Values, what is the meaning of values? How ethics are different from values? Simple things. Okay, what are laws? What are ethics? How laws are different from ethics? Okay, how both of them, what purpose both of them serve? So very simple thing, very simple things. It might look very easy, but when the question is thrown at you, you will not be able to tackle it in an effective manner, in a clarity manner. Okay, you will not be able to do that. So what we need to do in this paper is that we have to what? We have to have conceptual clarity about each and every word which is mentioned in the syllabus, and along with that conceptual clarity, we need ample repository of examples. We need repository of examples, because for you to collect all the examples, okay, sometimes it might become challenging. Okay, some people can do, few of you can do it and must be doing it, but for 90% of the people, because you have to read optional paper, you have to read general studies 1, 2, 3, so like doing an some extra effort in ethics, okay, it is little bit challenging for you. It is little bit challenging for you. So that is why what I started something daily ethics in my DPS, daily ethics. Okay, whenever I come across anything ethical in the newspapers, I have been including this in the last couple of years, 2019 onwards. How many of you have been following play? Yes. How many of you know this daily ethics? Please say yes in the comment box, so that I get to know that you have been following daily ethics in the last couple of years. Daily ethics. Okay. Okay, so what do I do is I try to link these concepts which is going on to ethical aspect. I'll take few examples and I'll show to you today. I have prepared a very exhaustive ethical example sheet for 2021 aspirant, that also I'll be sharing with you today, and I'll be explaining to you how for the next year I'm planning to help you out for this paper. Okay, so what we need to have is conceptual clarity and repository of examples. If you should have both, and along with that you should do some quality reading. What quality reading I'm talking about? For example, second ARC. Okay, why I'm telling you, I'll tell you why I'm telling this second ARC. I'll just tell you with 2-3 examples. Okay, 2-3 examples. quality reading means you should read some quality books. Okay, if you can do on your own, it is well and good, or I will be helping you to cover this second ARCs, because actually I am from public administration background and I have read this second ARC 100 times. Okay, I memorize each and every word what is written in which chapter. I remember that. That is why what I have observed is couple of years, in particularly in the last 2-3 years, UPSC is asking questions directly picking from the ARC. Directly picking from the ARC. I'll tell you, in 2019, you can go and cross check. In 2019, they asked one question that how to protect honest civil servant. Honest civil servant. Okay, how many of you remember this question, or how many of you have seen that question? Okay, honest civil servant for bona fide mistake. Bona fide mistake. Bona fide mistakes. Okay, bona fide mistakes. How many of you have seen that? Today you can go and cross check. Okay, 2019, I guess this was a question in 2019. How to protect civil servant for bona fide mistakes. Okay, 2019 question. Okay, last year or last to last year question was asked, what do you mean by ethics in public life? Ethics in public life. Ethics in public life. Can you tell me ethics in public life? Ethics in public life. Okay, ethics in public life. We have to talk about Nolan Committee. Nolan Committee. How many of you know Nolan Committee? How many of you have seen Nolan Committee or heard about Nolan Committee? Nolan Committee in the Britain. Nolan Committee, Britain. Okay. So all these things are already part of ethics in administration as far as public administration is concerned. And these things have been tackled in the second ARC very deeply. I'll tell you one more thing. I was surprised. I'll surprise one more thing which I observed. In 2016, there was an ethics case study of RTI, that lot of frivolous RTI has been filed in your office. What will you do? Okay, how will you do? 2016. Okay, frivolous RTI. Do you remember or not? 2016 case study, frivolous RTI. Frivolous RTI. Do you remember or not? Frivolous RTI. How many of you remember frivolous RTI? This also directly taken from the second ARC report on RTI. Second ARC report on RTI. Okay, directly second ARC report on RTI. My larger point is that along with developing conceptual clarity, along with developing some conceptual clarity, okay, plus example, you need to do some quality reading. Quality reading means government documents or high documents written by civil servants, articles written by civil servants, great civil servants, honest civil servants. Okay, you have to read their articles. In that articles, they will be sharing their understanding of ethics in civil services and the challenges which are there in practicing ethics in the government service. They will be sharing, and this is a unique advantage you will have over other aspirants, because you have a deep repository. So what I have done is that just I'll show to you. I just wanted to show to you. Okay, just like this. This is a book. Okay, this is a book, sir. Okay, this is the book called Ethics in Public Life. Ethics in Public Life. Okay, this is a book where all the civil servants who have retired at the post of like secretary or the cabinet secretary rank, their articles are there. They have written articles on ethics in public life. What are the challenges in ethics in public life? Okay, this was a part of my public administration study. Okay, so like this, I have a lot of articles. Just I'll show you one more article. This book, I guess this book you must have heard. This book you must have already heard about. The Ethics in Governance by R.K. Arora. R.K. Arora, Ramesh K. Arora. Okay, ethics. So here also we see many civil servants have written articles. Many civil servants have written articles. Okay, okay, N. Vittal. Okay, Mr. N. Vittal, Mr. N.C. Saxena, Mr. N.C. Saxena. Many people have written articles. Okay, so like this kind of some high quality articles. High quality articles you have to read to develop some unique understanding of how things work. Okay, so I will be giving all this as a part of mains master notes. Mains master notes in ethics. I'll be inculcating everything in that. Okay, I'll be inculcating everything. Okay, so this is for part A. For part A of the paper, sir, you need conceptual clarity, you need examples, and you need some quality reading, high quality readings. And I will be, if you can, I will tell these books. You can, if you want to read on your own, you can read it. If you want my help as a part of this ethics masterclass, I will be helping you with these high quality readings. Okay, this will be unique. Very few people have access to these kinds of articles, and because of my fortunate of being coming from public administration, I'll be sharing everything of this. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about part A. Just I'll tell you now, I'll take one example. I'll take one example and I'll show you why I'm saying this. These examples like really make a big difference. I'll share this one thing. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I want to share one question. I just want to show you. Okay, I just want to show you. I'll just share this. I opened the question in 2016 here. I just want to show you. Okay, just 1 second. Give me 1 minute. I'll just open the question paper. Just bear with me for a couple of seconds. I want to share with you the question paper, and I just want to show you how you have to inculcate examples and how I did, and I scored a very high marks in that year. I just want to show with examples. How did I write the answers in that year? How did I tackle? Why my approach was a little bit unique, and it really paid me off. Okay, it really paid me off. Okay, so just let me just share this this question with paper with you. Okay, just allow me to do that. Okay, so let me just share this question paper. So this is a question paper. How many of you can see this question paper? Ethics paper 2016. Ethics paper 2016. Okay, how many of you can see this? Please say yes, I can see it. Okay. 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 So let us see. So this paper I scored 114, and I guess 124 was the highest in that year. 124 was highest in that year. I scored around 114 in that year. Okay, 114 in that year. So I'm just sharing my experience. Okay, I'm just sharing. This is all my experience. This is not bookish knowledge. I'm sharing my experience. Okay. So what I did that year. Okay, from the word go. Okay, from the word go in 2016, I adopted this my conceptual clarity and example method. Okay, and my ARC qualitative reading. How did I incorporate? I just show you what answers I wrote and why I got very high marks and why generally people don't get high marks in ethics. That is the difference. See, so read the question number 1. Explain how ethics contribute to social and human well-being. Social and human well-being. Okay, very simple question. Very simple question. Explain how ethics contributes to social well-being and human well-being. Okay, social and human well-being. Okay, very easy question. I guess anyone who attempted paper that year would have written a very good answer for this question. Okay, so what is difference between a very good answer, okay, and an excellent answer? Can anyone tell what is the difference between very good answer and excellent answer? Because this question is easy. Everyone can get 4 marks out of 10, but very few can get 8 out of 10. So what is the difference between 4 and 8? Can anyone tell me? Please comment in the comment box, chat box. Anyone can tell me what is the difference? Relevant examples. Okay, relevant examples. Okay, but how to include that examples? How to include that example? So what I did, I'll just show you what I did. Just I'll tell you what I did, and you just tell me, was it the right way, and how this will help you, how I'll teach you to help like incorporate these things in your answer. So what I did was, society I thought like this, sir. Society I thought like this. Society is including what? Family as the basic institution. Family, society is what? Summation of human relationships and their institutions. So family one of is the basic institution or not? Apart from family, what is the next institution? Enterprises. Enterprises, okay or not? After enterprises, what are the religion is a one enterprise. Religion is one institution. Sorry, religion is also another institution. Then we have government. Then we have government as an institution. Government as an institution or not? So social well-being, social well-being, what I give? I gave one example for family. I gave one example for business enterprise. I gave one example for religion. I gave one example for government. And then I showed how ethics in family will lead to family well-being and lead to social well-being. How ethics in business will lead to business well-being and then it will in turn lead to social well-being. How ethics in religion will lead to religious well-being and then social well-being. How ethics in government will lead to government well-being and then social well-being. How many of you are following this? How many of you think excellent? This is an excellent approach. This is an excellent approach, multi-dimensional approach. Okay. How many of you believe yes? Please comment in the comment box. Yes. Okay. Okay. So society, just don't write that society, just write general examples. No, divide the society. Divide the society. What is society made up of? Society is made up of institutions. People from sociology background must agree with me. Society is made of what? Institutions. Religion is one institution. Family is one institution. Government is one institution. Informal groups is one institution. Pressure groups is one institution. Okay or not? And the entire social well-being of the society is basically what? Summation of well-being of families, summation of well-being of businesses, summation of well-being of government. When corruption is stamped out of government, society will prosper or not. Those society where governments are transparent, honest, those societies are prosperous societies or not. Societies where government is transparent, corruption free, those societies are transparent societies, well-being societies. Go to the Nordic countries, go to the Western world, okay, and you go to the African world. What is happening? Government are corrupt government. African government, even in Asian many countries, they have what? Corruption levels are high. Corruption levels are high. Okay, then you go for businesses. Businesses, there are fraud businesses. What will happen whenever a business fraud happens? Whenever a business scam happens, society is suffering or not? Society suffers or not? Just don't let the business suffers. The entire society suffers. We have various scams in India also. Am I clear or not? Am I clear or not? Today only the Hindu, there is one article on the education companies using the tactics or not. Today only. So religion also, religion ethics must be there in religion. Ethics must be there in religion. Government, you're getting it or not? So like that, what I did was I divided society. And similarly, what I did, sir, this I read social well-being, then I wrote human well-being, human well-being. Then I wrote human well. What is human well-being made up of? What is human well-being made up of? Psychological well-being, economic well-being, physical well-being. Am I correct or not? Your human well-being, this means what? Economically, you should prosper. Physically, you should be healthy. Psychologically, you should be healthy. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? And in all these, you need what? You need what? One example. If I'm honest, if I do good service, if I do perform my job properly, will I not get promotion? Will I not get promotion? Will I not get a salary hike? Will I not get the salary hike? Okay. Okay. If I'm honest, okay, obviously physical well-being also will be taken care. Will not have stress. All this psychological well-being also. Am I clear or not? How many of you are following this? How many of you think that this is a unique way of writing answers? Please say yes in the comment box. Please say yes, I'm following. Please say yes in the comment box. So simple question. You see, how do we write? We give at least 10 to 12 examples for this simple 10 marks question. I score 8 marks out of how do you write in 150 words? I will teach you templates. I am going to teach you templates to write this in 150 words, sir. I am going to teach you the templates, unique templates, which no one generally has that access to. I am going to share with you with a lot of years of hard work, years of experience. I am going to share with you. I'm coming to the next question. One more question I'll take for you, sir, and I'll just explain to you. One more question I'll take for you, sir. Discuss the concept of 7 sins of Mr. Gandhi. Okay, 7 sins of Gandhi. Okay, so Gandhi ji gave 7 sins. Okay, 7 sins. Okay, so what I did was, just I'll show you what I did was, I prepared a table, sir. In that, I wrote 7 sin. Then I wrote here example. I wrote sin. I wrote sin 1. Wealth without work. I gave one example. Scams. Dishonesty in business. Cheating in business. Am I correct or not? Sin 2. Sin 2. Commerce without morality. Commerce without morality. Sin 3. Religion without service or what? Then sin 4, sin 5, sin 6, sin 7. I wrote the sin here and I wrote a relevant examples for all the 7 examples, all the 7, and then I concluded that we should learn from these 7 sins and we should avoid these 7 sins our general life to live a happy life and to live a prosperous society. For a prosperous society, we must take care of these 7 sins. Am I clear or not? 7 sins. You see this table format. You see this table format. One example for a commerce without morality, wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, pleasure without conscience, or not. So like this, there are 7 sins, 7 sins. One examples for all 7 sins. Okay, one examples for all 7 sins. So my larger point is what? My larger point, ladies and gentlemen, is about that conceptual clarity on each and every word. Okay, conceptual clarity on each and every word, examples and some high quality of reading so that your answers stand out from the crowd. Your answers stand out from the crowd. If the same lexicon everyone will read, everyone will write the same answer. Okay, everyone will be writing the same answer. So what is different in you? So your difference you can create through presentation, difference you create through examples, difference you create through reading books. Am I correct or not? Are you following this? How many of you are following this? Okay, so that is how, yes, okay, someone is saying yes, okay, okay, great, great, great. So that is the part 1. You see here, directly they are asking, sir, public service code in second ARC, second ARC, second ARC. So I will tackle this second ARCs also. I'm going to tackle this second ARC for you. You don't have to read on your own. You will struggle. Okay, I'll pick out from every chapter what is important. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to discuss the entire second ARC for you. Okay, you see directly question is saying public service code in second ARC. Every year at least 2 questions from second ARC. At least 2 questions from second ARC they are asking. Okay, so my larger point was that ethics is a low hanging fruit. Okay, and it is up to you to consume that fruit or not. Okay, it is up to you. It is a choice. Success and failure is a choice. Okay, pain and pleasure is a choice. Okay, so it's up to you. So please prepare, please, for every word, please, for every word in the syllabus. Like, let me just write a few words. Okay, in foundational values, they have written foundational values. Let us see. What kind of foundational values is mentioned in the syllabus? Can anyone tell? What kind of foundational values are mentioned? What kind of foundational values are mentioned? Empathy, compassion. Okay. Foundation, impartiality, very good, impartiality. So having conceptual clarity and 1122 examples on each, 1122 examples on each, 1122 examples on each, we have to cover. We have to cover. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? So that is for part A. And for part B, okay, case studies are also very important. Case studies are also very important. Case studies are becoming very dynamic. So you cannot leave to chance. You cannot leave your case to chance because case studies are becoming very dynamic. Okay, case studies are becoming very dynamic. There are many toppers will say that do stakeholder analysis, do this analysis, do that analysis. All these things are not mandatory, sir. All these things are not that mandatory. I'm telling you. In case studies also, what I'll tell you, what I have done is that I have studied all the case studies in the last 7 years. Okay, and what I have observed, sir, that there are some 5 to 6 pattern. There are 5 to 6 patterns. Same case studies are coming, only the context is changing. The context is saying, see, case study is what? What is a case study? Generally in the UPSC, I'm talking about UPSC, I'm not talking about business management case studies. In UPSC, case study is what? It's an ethical dilemma. Ethical dilemma. What is this ethical dilemma? Ethical dilemma is right versus wrong, or between two right one versus right two, or between two wrong one versus wrong two. Am I correct or not? What is the case study? What is the choice you have? And why we will go for this choice? Justify. Is this the case or not? 90% is this the case or not? They'll give you one case. They will have, the case will have ethical dilemmas. The case will have various choices, and they will say that what will you choose and why will you choose that course of action. Okay, so it is basically a dilemma. So my dear friends, let me just tell you a new thing, or you must have already analyzed. If you have not analyzed, let me just enlighten you that in the case study, sir, there are some ethical dilemmas. There are some ethical dilemmas, 7 to 8 dilemmas, 7 to 8 ethical dilemmas. Okay. And these case studies, all case studies are coming on these dilemmas only. Only context is changing. Only context is changing. Okay. Only context is changing, sir. Let me give you one dilemma. Personal benefit to public duty, public interest, personal interest versus public interest. That is a template. That is a template. Cases can be multiple cases. Can I frame? I can frame multiple cases on the same issue, sir. And UPSC has done that in the previous so many years. And it will do in the coming years also. So if I develop a template how to attack these kinds of case studies, will I not be able to attempt these kinds of questions? Will I not be able to attempt these kinds of questions? Am I clear or not? Am I clear or not? Is this clear? So like that, I have developed various templates for various kinds of case studies, and I will going to teach you these templates. I'm going to teach you these templates, and I, along with Subhas Mathur sir, retired IRS officer with huge experience of 37 years in serving Government of India, he will also help you. And our case study sessions are very unique. Case study sessions are very unique, where you will participate with us. It's not like we come and we lecture. Case study is a two-way process. Case study is a two-way process. You have to also involve in that case study process. Okay. You have to come, you have to discuss it. Okay. So we will have many case study sessions also. We will discuss the previous year case studies, and we will also discuss this year's important case studies. Okay. This year's important case studies. So we will do that also. Along with that, what you need to do is, you need to practice. You need to answer writing practice. So what I have done is that I have created a workbook for you. No question. I'm telling you, at least leaving one or two questions. All questions will come from the workbook. I can challenge this. That most of the questions will come from this workbook. I am updating the workbook. I'm updating the workbook for ethics, and I will be sharing ethics workbook where you can practice those questions. If you prepare those questions, 100 questions, I don't think you have to prepare more than that number of questions. Okay. So for every sections, I'll be creating work exercises, workbook exercises. So just practice those exercises and enough. And one more thing, I'll be giving you mains master notes for what? High quality content. I'll be giving mains master notes for high quality content, and I'll be taking concept classes where I will be clarifying each and every concept, which generally you will not find anywhere. The kind of simplicity. The point is the kind of simplicity in which we will tackle each and every concept, very simple manner, so that you remember throughout your life. You don't forget throughout your life. We are not here to teach you very high funda philosophical things, because with my experience, I'm telling you, philosophical things don't come in exam. People who score high in exam, they don't write philosophical things. Okay. UPSC is not looking for a philosopher. UPSC is looking for a problem solver. That problem solving approach we are going to give you. We have an experience both as a working professional. We have experience, huge 35, 36, 38 years of experience, and as an successful aspirant, okay, successful aspirant who I myself have practiced this in ethics paper and have scored very high marks. So out of that experience, we are going to share this huge experience with you, huge experience with you for the next couple of months, and it will be what? It will be not just like a lecturing method. No, it is not like a lecturing method. We will want to hear from you, and we will give you exercises, and you write those exercises, you write those case studies. Okay, that is the way we will go forward. It is not just like the teaching thing. We will want you to practice, and we will cover you. I'll give you one thing. I just want to show you. I just want to show you something which actually today only one aspirant, she said, sir, the ethics example is like, I have never seen that. Okay, so just I want to show you this. Okay, just I want to show you what kind of ethics example. Just like yeah, this is the thing. Is it visible? Is it visible? Please say yes. Is it visible? So this is the example sheet which I prepared. This example sheet which I prepared, all important questions and examples for this 2021 mains. So I'll be preparing the same sheet for 2022 also. I'll show you how do I analyze, just to like open your mind. I'll take 2-3 examples from this and I'll just show you. Let me just show you. Okay, so this year, okay, you see this year there were various develop. For every development I have discussed the ethical aspect. For every development I have discussed the ethical aspect. I have given questions. Let me just show you one thing. Okay. Just 2-3 questions, 2-3 examples I'll show you, and I'll just show to you how you should prepare. Okay, how you should prepare. Okay. Yeah, you see this year, you see, let us analyze this example, and I just want to show you how things will work in this like this year, what I will do. Okay, this year you must have seen various instances of cancel culture. Okay, where various advertisements of various brands were boycotted on social media. How many of you have gone through these examples? How many of you have gone through this in that Twitter or on social media? Okay, ban demand for banning some advertisements. Okay, cancel culture. Okay, how many of you have gone through that? How many of you seen this year? Did you follow that or not? So there was a lot of who and cry about the Tanishq ad. Okay, and then there was also a lot of like debate about various movies. Okay, so how, like, using this for examples for tolerance. Tolerance is what? That we might not agree with what you say. Okay, we might not agree with what you say, but we will permit you to say. Permissive attitude, objective attitude, fair attitude towards counterpoints, towards counter. I might not like you. Okay, I might not go by your point of view. Your point of view might be directly opposite to my point of view. Your belief might be directly opposite to my belief. Okay, your religious belief, your food habit beliefs might be directly opposite, but I will tolerate you, I will permit you. Okay, that is what is called tolerance. Okay, so like that I have included a lot. Whatever has happened throughout the year, I will be discussing the ethical dimension of that. I'll be discussing the ethical dimension of everything, ethical dimension of These things I will be discussing. So this was the example sheets for to you also for 2022 entire year. So if you write these examples, okay, if you write these examples in your ethics answers, your answers will go from here to here, here to here, and I'll just show you how things have gone for not previous aspirants. Okay, I'm now going to share with you how things, some 2-3 success model examples I'm going to share to you, and with that we will wrap up this ethics. Then we'll talk about essay. Okay, just I'll just show you one thing. I'm just going to show you this. With this we'll wrap up. You see this. So I myself have scored 114. Okay, and people who have followed my strategy, have scored 155. 155 from 92. So this is the kind of change will come, transformational. This is a transformational change will come. 155 to 92, from 92 to 155, one of the highest marks ever scored in ethics. Okay, from 92. So if you use all these techniques, if you are going to use all these techniques, you are going to also score. If you work hard, if you are sincere, if you follow what I say, and if you if you implement all this, because these are not like a bookish thing. This we have already practiced. I have already practiced. My students have practiced, and they have got phenomenal result. And tomorrow, if you practice, you will also get phenomenal result, because it's a science. It is not. It is like not like the science. Science is will be equal for everyone. Who will be applying it will be equal for everyone. Okay. And so just I'll just show you like previous when in 2020 I took some ethics master classes. So these are some of the like feedback. These will be some of the feedbacks which aspirants have shared. Okay, there are some last in 2020 also 1 or 2 students have got very good rank using this. And this will be the what you will be getting in the ethics master class. You will be getting what will be in ethics master class. You will be getting concept discussion on each and every word of the syllabus. You will be getting mains master notes. Case studies will be taught by civil servants, only civil servants. Nowhere in India civil servants will teach you case studies. Okay, civil servants. And previous year question discussion, answer writing approach, ethics workbook, and important ethics questions and examples for civil services examination 2022. You are going to get this is you are going to get in the entire ethics master class. Okay, in entire ethics master class you are going to get these things. Okay, you are going to get these things. So anyone has any confusion, any doubt, they can now ask their doubt. I'll clarify their doubt. Then we'll discuss little bit. 15-20 minutes we'll discuss about essay. Essay is also very important. So just 5 minutes I'll give you. In 5 minutes I'll take your doubts, and then we'll discuss about essay. What is the essay strategy? Okay, anyone has any doubt, please ask your doubt. Anyone has any doubt, I'll try to clarify any. If you want to prepare self preparation also, I would like to help you. Okay, what if you have any doubt, like okay, I do not want to join my master class, might be, but I want to prepare on my own, but I want to learn from your techniques. So suggest me something. I would like to suggest to you. Okay. Okay, anyone, any doubt? See, someone is saying which books of officers we have to read. No, don't need to read books from officers. Okay, lives of civil, you don't read them. Whatever is relevant from there, I will include them in your mains master notes. I will discuss with you. You will not have to be, you don't have to do that. You don't waste your time. I'm telling you, you don't have to waste your time. Okay. Essay I'm coming. Essay I will discuss now. First, I'll just take a doubts regarding ethics. Okay. Self collection of examples. No, if you are part of this mains master class of ethics, you don't have to do examples. I will give you examples and I'll discuss those examples also. Okay. Is it necessary to read Society Before Ethics? No, not needed, not necessary. Any book for ethics? Yes, you buy one book. You can buy lexicon. You can buy lexicon, one book, but don't buy 2-3 books. Waste of time. Just buy one book. Okay. Someone is saying, if I join after prelims exam, you can join after prelims exam, no problem. All these lectures will be recorded. You can watch it there. And some of the classes, half of the classes will be after the prelims exam. Okay. Case studies, particularly more case studies will be after the prelims exam. Okay. January, we will try to cover the major concepts. And in February, little bit on February, then the classes will stop. The classes will start after prelims exam. Okay. Just I want like 1 month, I'll give you little bit understanding of the subject, conceptual understanding of the subject. I will help you to develop that. Okay. And how to write, how to if you are reading newspaper, how to analyze things, that all I will teach you live. Yes, all the classes will be, most 99% of classes will be live. Yes, live. Mains master notes is included with examples. Yes, ethics master class, mains master notes will be included. ARC will also be included. Administrative Reforms Commission will also be included. Okay. So anyone has any doubt? Please ask any doubt. Anyone has any doubt? I would be like taking these doubts, and now I'll discuss the essay strategy. Essay also I'll share whatever I have learned. I'm going to share. Okay.